Hey y'all, what's up? That Betty, Stormy's mom, is something else. You could see the evilness in her, the cattiness in her, the pettiness in her, and she reveled in the turmoil of the family. Because after the day, for throw that up in that person's face, in your sister's face about your nephew, her son, and thinking that your daughter is better than him. Because I feel like that's what Betty is saying. That she feel like that her daughter is way better than her nephew, and how dare you? You should have some respect. I said, Betty, at the end of the day, Stormy is a grown woman, and she could be able to handle her own thing with her own cousin. And I said, Stormy, I kind of blame you too, because you let your mom do all this, and you don't say nothing. But yet you in the shade, Melanie and her vet about her high tea, about the um, proper way of etiquette and stuff like that, and you dismissed it. But I guess you should have used that tools in this scenario because this went way left. But we'll get to it. Check it. Hey, what's up? My name is Mizzle. You're watching my channel, Mizzle 14. And I'm back doing a review of Love and Marriage Huntsville, Season 6, Episode 11, Betty Blues. Listen, Betty was doing the most. She was doing the most, and I can't stand her. I could tell she had a nasty spirit. She had a nasty spirit. I could tell through the TV screen, through her pores on the TV screen. I could tell because she was doing the most. And that Stormy, you got all this wild for everybody else. You need to look in within your own family and try to help that fix that. I don't know if you could ever fix that because sometimes sisters and brothers rivalry, it's a deep thing, and until you get to the root of it, this always gonna come up. But let's start off from the beginning. And start off when it ended last week of the comeback group meeting on the original 6 of this Black Expo and what they're trying to do. And they can't get it together because they try to get clarity. The money situation is crazy because I said, how the hell you gonna think that people go do the event for free and not paying them unless you could show where this money is coming from? If you go lose and take a loss in this business venture for just using sponsorship to help other communities, then you take the loss and you let us see that you're taking the loss. But we not naive to think that you go recuperate your money loss. So why not pay people? Especially when none of y'all not really on good terms. Well, Mel and most of the people in the group is not in good terms. But so Kimmy said, Marcel, you was one of the biggest dysfunction of this damn group. Stop playing like you was the best. Because he tried to say that's the reason why we never came together. That's what we call it the Black Expo, because Maurice was turning, he said, y'all are using the idea. This is our freaking idea. This is the comeback group idea. So y'all trying to spin it and make it seem as a Black Expo because it's the function of the group. Y'all still having the function because the same 6 people. So change the name is not going to change the aspect that is not the functional. It is. It is the function between y'all. And a lot of y'all have bigger egos, and it's not just one person. So when Kimmy said you the biggest dysfunction in the group, then that's on you, brother. She said, so speaking of that, do you have a date in this expo? We all talking about things. Do you have a date? So she said March 8th. And now Mel said she might have an engagement. So she might not be able to do it. So they suggested that, well, if you can't even do it in there physically, will you be able to send a video of your business and talk about that? Tisha said, well, no, we ain't doing that. We ain't doing that. So Mel said, I said, okay, Tisha, you came with this little rah-rah energy. You came in and said, oh, I'm not paying no one clothes in a story. Now, I'm not doing this in a story. So obviously, you the close-minded one because you want everyone together. So Maurice said, if Mel cannot do it, I'm not doing it because he want all 6 of y'all to do it. So if Mel don't want to do it, he don't want to do it. But I was saying, why do y'all need Mel to do it? Because I know why you need Mel to do it. Because Mel had the biggest platform to draw more people in than the rest of y'all. Now I'm not saying y'all can't have the people that draw in, but realistically, Mel is the one that drawing more people in. So that's why I need her so badly. Even though she's the one that was just trying to solve the comeback group. I don't think if y'all didn't want to solve it, buy her out. The comeback group. Let her be. But y'all want to keep it. So she's stuck. So that's the end of the day. So y'all don't need Mel. Let her be if she can't do it. Y'all can still do the event. But whatever. So Mel says she has to take baby steps around y'all. It's baby steps. We having a meeting right now, and it's baby steps. But don't expect that I'm just going to jump right in and just help y'all on everything because there's still tensions and bad blood between us. Tisha, you call her a dark soul. The true definition, and the devil is sheep's clothing. That's what you said in this past reunion. We never forget that. So you think that she gonna try to work for free? You think she gonna try to up and just jump into it? Especially not only that, between you and her and some of the other people in this group. Martell, and she's legally going through a custody battle right now. So she probably don't want to be around him like that either. So I think it's a lot of factors y'all not trying to play in when it comes to Mel. Y'all so riding her so hardly to do this with y'all, which I don't understand. If she wants out, and she telling y'all she wants out, and she clearly told y'all a couple of times she want out, because Tisha said that, oh, Mel be giving excuses. She needs to tell her straight up why she just don't want to. She's not gonna do it in this quarter of the day. I said I could have sworn she told y'all numerous of times that she didn't want to do this comeback group. She wanted to dissolve the comeback group, and she was telling you she need money, all this stuff that she's not doing it. Saying why y'all so hell bent. If she's not doing it, she's still giving y'all suggestions of your event. But y'all don't want that. Y'all want her involved, physically involved, and she might tell y'all she can't do it. So she'll let y'all know. But at the end of the day, it seems to me, even though she giving y'all this thing and she tells you she's not gonna physically be there and she will give alternatives, you don't want that, then don't beg her to be in it. Just let her be, and y'all, the five of y'all, on your own. So Mel pole dancing class, and that was fun. And the pole dancing class was very fun. I know I think they have one here in New York City, but it's mainly for females. But it's fine. It is what it is. It's like that because I would love to go to pole dancing class. Let's at least see what it is. I did a lot of training. I did training a lot of dances. And yes, I have a dance background, y'all. I've been dancing for a while. I've been telling y'all that. I have dance background, and I would like to try different things. And pole dancing class is one something I really want to try, but I ain't wearing no heels though. But we'll see. We'll see how it goes. But they had a good time. She's right now, and I don't know. Something about Nell is just not. I don't know. It's like she just want to be a TV so badly. That's what I'm getting the feeling of. They did a scene. They had a good time trying to the techniques and the tricks. And then they talk, and Nell was asking about the guy, the arm. We see the arm. We see the arm. We see the arm. I said, yes, we all see the arm. And yes, people gonna have questions. And yes, she has the right to not to answer them. It is what it is. Free world. She said, you can't post no arm and people not to ask questions. She said, I don't have no problem y'all asking questions. I have, at the same time, I have no problem telling you it's none of your business. Point big, period. At the end of the day, I can post whatever I want. And granted, I do understand, yes, you have an arm there if give people reason to answer that. But at the same time, if she wanted to share what she wanted to share, she would tell you what she wanted to share. And she let you know bits and pieces of that I may have someone, and that's all you know. You may not know the name, you may not know what he looked like, because it will keep it private. Unless you see me outside with the person, you not gonna know who it is. And I like that. Keep it like that. Because at the end of the day, y'all understand she's in the show with this guy who's trying to make her life a living hell. To the point that he requested that he want to know everyone she dated in the last 6 months. Oh, relationship history. Why he needs to know that? Because he wanted to know, be nosy. That's why. Because it had no bearing to the custody case. Not whatsoever. So that was that. So she said she felt good about it. He feels great. She went out of town out of country for Valentine's Day. It was a good thing, and he treats her well. She's happy. She didn't think it was gonna happen so soon because she benefits a professor, protector, and provider. and someone who could make her feel safe, because she didn't realize how much safe she wasn't in when she was sleeping with her enemy, who was Martell, and she wasn't safe with him. So now she got somebody who make her feel safe, who checks on her, who calls her to see how she feels, and she feels safe around him. So she's happy. And she said, y'all may not even know his name or nothing like that until when we get married. So now I said, married? I said, yes. Until it's a ring on his finger, to the ring on his finger, and I'm married, then y'all will know who the person is. Until then, it's being quiet. And y'all will get the scripted message. And it's her social media page. So doesn't matter. It's her page. She could post how she want to post. Whether she want to post the man or not, Now I want to post no man because I said, listen, y'all need to know nothing. But if y'all do, post body parts, then you can identify it. So the arm, that's all you're going to get. The arm. All right? So that's that. And I know that's why I said keep your business to yourself. Because these people, it do too much. Because once you tell one person, they're going to try and run back and tell them, no, tell. That's crazy. So that's that. So Courtney and Marcel talk, and that was one of the driest scenes. I know I see a lot of dry scenes, but this is one of the dry scenes as well. And I was sitting here like, what are they talking about? Because they had no personality conversation. They were so dragging and out, and I was sitting here like, basically, I can't really tell you what it say. All I do know that he's building an upscale barbershop for some guy named Bean. No, it's the name of the organization. The guy's name not Bean. I think the guy named Najee, something like that. But it's the Beamer's organization and a little upscale barbershop. I said that's cute. So he building that. And they talk about how your family members in business. And Marcel said he had to find his brother before. And because his brother was focused on wedding. And he did. He said his first marriage. I said, no, Marcel. It's his second marriage. He got married to Kyle and they got divorced. So this is second marriage. So that's how I'm playing. So he tried to build that. So he was a focus. So he said family and business don't mix sometimes. And that's that. And Courtney talked about how his Stormy cousin, who was like a little brother, so I work with that. They had to find and let him go. So that's that. And out of that, that's it. I didn't get much from that scene because I was bored watching these scenes. Moving on. So Tisha and Marcel talk, right? The Scott Manor is taking longer than expected. It's going to at least take 2 to 3 years. 2 to 3 years. But Marcel said 1 or 2 years. At the end of the day, it's going to take at least over a year to get Scott Manor done. Longer than they expected. Because they was started like a few years ago, like 2020. But, the panorama hold things up. People wasn't working and construction process was put on a hold. Construction process and construction projects was put on hold. So they had an apartment right now at that other place. The apartment they was trying to move out and get. And they go rent an apartment. They look like a house to me, but I don't know how the apartment, but it's an apartment. And while they trying to build Scott Manor, they try to live in the house for a little bit. It's that. So they're gonna move from that house and move to the next apartment so they have right now because I guess they need a bigger space or something like that. Then Marcel suggested that how MJ should stay with him at the other location while the girls and Tisha stay at this new location. So you ready to try to separate the family. Like, what are we doing here? No. So Tisha was not having it. I said, no, what, Tisha, you better put your foot down. Because, normally sometimes she just let him walk over her. And she said, no, we're not having that. No. While we are separated and fall apart, you won't live in the bachelor pad. She said, oh, we're not going to be bachelor pad. That's what's going to be called a bachelor pad at the end of the day. So he would try to explain his logic of getting the work done, and he could do faster because he said that how they got the bedroom together, the renovation of the bedroom when she went out for the Mother's Day weekend and stuff like that. He got that things done, I guess, on his own without her there. Whatever, things was done. So what it is, I said, but my thing is, Marcel, doesn't make any sense that you putting out money for this project for Scott Manor, the dream home that you want, right? To pay a rent or whatever at this place that y'all was in, to pay another rent for another location as well. So that's three different things y'all paying for. So it doesn't make any sense you paying for two different places while are y'all paying and trying to get Scott Manor up and running. Don't make any sense. Don't make any sense at all. I get what he's saying, but it does not make sense. I get what he's saying to this point that I understand what he's trying to say and what he want to do, but it doesn't make sense when you give it out. So even though he's been to her will and said, okay, we're gonna stay in, but at the same time, he still got this, he still get his way. He said, oh, if we're gonna do this, we're gonna dip in your allowance. I said, oh, dip in the allowance? So she should get allowance? We're gonna dip in allowance for both of us. So you won't get much of allowance money because we got to tap in and get some labor. The people going to help and do the project. I said, that's what you need to do. You should not do all the work on your own. We got this big multi-million-dollar business, so y'all say. So you should have workers, right, who be able to do the things that you couldn't do, so you could free up your time to spend time with family and get the business done. Every time I see you doing it on your own, I say you need to have workers with you, and you have the money. So y'all say. So I don't understand why the feel like you need to do everything on your own, and then because you need to hire some people, it needs to tap in the freaking allowances money on both ends. So she got what she wanted to have everybody in one house, but he got what he wanted by saying, "Oh well, we're gonna tap in your funds, and you're not getting much." She said, "Whatever, Marcel, whatever." And I said, see, he always gets you all the time, girl. He gets you all the time. And I don't know how you fall for it, but that's the type of man you marry. Because he'll get everything his way, one way or another. The fact that he said he got to tap in your funds and your allowances, this is a payoff labor, means that y'all are kind of cheap. How y'all paying Gino? But whatever. So Tisha and Mel, they met up. I said, oh, this it's interesting for them to have a one-on-one. I don't think they will ever have that. I guess that meeting will call CK. Let them know, listen, we got to push along. So Tisha was like, that's what Tisha was saying. She wished Mel would just tell her straight up that she's not doing it and not being hanging. But I said, she tell you numerous of times that she's taking baby steps. She didn't want to do the comeback group anyway. She wanted to solve that to do away for y'all. But y'all didn't want that. So obviously she was clear enough. But now she's here, sitting down with y'all, trying to see how this could go. But she let y'all know it's taking baby steps. And doing this meeting right now was baby steps. Is this me? I'm going to jump right into it and doing this. She let y'all know in so many ways that she's not ready to straight up jump into this thing with y'all when we had a lot of things going on. We take a baby step. Let's see how things goes and whatever. But you ready to shut down paying people. You ready to shut down the idea of the video. So, girl, what do you want me to say? At the end of the day, I didn't want to do a comeback book. And y'all repurposing this whole business expo, Black Expo, as a renovative comeback group, which I didn't want to be part of anymore. So no, I'm not involved. So I don't understand why you act like Mel is not being straight up. She has been straight up. But I guess she had to sit this one-on-one and make things clear with you and where she's coming from. And if y'all think Mel make excuses, then y'all let me know what excuses she's making. I feel like she's not making excuses. I feel like she was clear and let y'all know where she stands. But y'all just don't want to hear it. So she telling them there's a lot that has happened. Like the Mel, like 3 years ago, it's not the same Mel y'all have now. 3 years ago, Mel, 3 or 4 years ago, when this show was out. No, this is 6 seasons. So this show been out for like 6 years already. But 3 or 4 years ago, when it's before, the Mel, y'all had a different Mel because a lot didn't have happened. That's when she got divorced at that time. And before the divorce, this could have been a whole different scenario. But since the divorce thing, and now it's two different things. When I was 3 years ago, when now, what is now? A lot of things had happened before this end. Before the divorce and everything happened, yes, we had a little thing. We didn't get along sometimes, but it wasn't that heavy. when I divorced my man, and now up to this point, 3 years later, and we're still going through a lot of issues, I don't want to really be around y'all like that. She told Tisha she didn't want to be around Martell like that. And do any business type in me way because it's still going legal. Now she didn't tell about the legal message going through, but she did say that she just a lot right now to be next to Martell. And then not too long ago, the reunion, well, she just told that we had some bad blood. You said some things to me. You call her a dark soul. She's a true definition of a devil of sheep's clothing. Not devil. Wolf is sheep clothing. So you think we'd be in a good space right now? We taking baby steps, meaning that yes, we have to sit down. Yes, it said we're gonna be cordial. Yes, I have this meeting, but doesn't mean that I was gonna jump 10 toes down 100% into this project because you want it to happen, especially when we have a lot of bad blood in this group. So she was very clear, and I hope that Tisha said, you know what, I understand, sir. Now that 101, it's a lot going on, and she said, understands things going on in the group. That's what she want to do it, but it's for the community. I said she understands that. She understands as well as for the community, but she also needs to let you know that we can't be doing this. They do this, and she understands that for the community, and pretty well. And like she said, if it was like 3 years ago, plus beyond before that, then it would be a different story. But now it's not, and we not in a good spot and place for me to jump right into and do anything with y'all. Not with some of y'all people. You, Martell, it is not. So she understands that, and then hope move on. And she left out because she asked her about something about. I know you say you didn't want to do it, but can you at least put something together and something like that for the thing? And for something like that, she said for the group or for the thing for the community, and Melanie didn't say nothing. She said didn't say nothing. I said, first of all, girl, you denied the idea. So she said, listen, I'm gonna send you a video. I guess she gave her a number on Trap Home, whatever she gave her. She said, I'm gonna send you a video, and you can use that, whatever. But that's it. Me being physically there is not gonna happen. Because I think she asked her, even though you might not know, can you just be there, something like that for the event? And she just kept eating and they hear Tisha. I was like, you heard her, but she didn't want to answer. So she left Tisha to pay for the bill. And that's that. Now, Stormy thing. So Stormy, her mom, Betty, and her auntie Lisa and her cousin Junior was there. They were sitting down, they were talking and trying to see the common understanding, a common ground was happening. Now, to be honest, y'all, I think I'm on Lisa's side. Now, granted, yes, Betty and Lisa had their sisters, and it must be deeper turmoil and deeper things that's going underlying issues between those two that we might not understand and we might not never know because we're not in their household. So it might be a lot going on. It might be validity in both their feelings about each other. But that's on that. But in this particular scene, I feel like Betty was the one to try to hurt someone. I do feel like she was saying a lot of things to Lisa and everything, or to Junior, that people was privy to. And then she get on TV and say, "Oh, I didn't say that. I didn't say that." Everything. Now how she want to beat Junior. I said he's 20-something years old. Ain't nobody, my aunt's gonna be beating me like that. Come on now. I'm 30-something. And don't beat me. Like if I was out of line, just check me. But putting your hands on me, nah, that's not happening. Like that. So and if you do, then I keep my distance. I'm really good at doing that. Yeah. So say you want to beat him, and how she just brought up the scenario about Junior being fired. Because according to Lisa, Betty would be smug about it, and she just doing her face about it, and she didn't know. Now, granted, her son is 29, so he might not get to tell her. Eventually, he probably would have tell her. But at the same time, at the end of the day, the thing should have came from Stormy, if anything, or Junior, not Betty. Betty needed to be involved. So you was throwing your sister face about your nephew getting fired tells to me that you was trying to hurt your sister. Any means necessary. And I feel like she's doing that because, according to what Stormy said about how their relationship went down when sour with her grandfather was passing away and he was getting sick, and her mom took the responsibility of taking care of him, and I guess she would hold resentment towards her siblings because of that. I don't know how many siblings she has, but I guess she called it resentment. But I say you took the responsibility. Nobody forced you to do it. So don't get mad at us that you took upon that responsibility of doing that to your father, for your father. So that's that. And but I do feel like Bette was trying to hurt her. Enemy necessary. And then the fact that you sit here and you throw that Stormy paid for Junior's bail money and getting out of jail, that's messed up. And I said, oh, so you want to throw this at his face? Like your daughter's something better. So Lisa said, you told her throw it out there, did you talk about your daughter being in jail? Now, I know Stormy said, well, Lisa throw it out there, put it, try to throw my business out there on TV. I said, yeah, because at the end of the day, Junior going to jail wasn't our business either. And y'all put it out there. So y'all want to tell his business, tell about some of your dirt too. Even though it wasn't that much, it wasn't that deep. But at the end of the day, you still went to jail somewhere, shape, or form. So you was not perfect. So don't try and throw it in my face like my Junior is the problem child. And then Stormy is all great. So Lisa got pissed. And then Betty's all smashed. She said, oh, why are you smiling for? She said, Bette was sitting there, Knie was smile. Like she did something. Because she knows she got what she wanted. She riled the people up. And she said, ow, ow, ow. So that went left when she threw it on her face about paying the money out. Because I said that was tacky. You had to throw that. Because now you always go throw in my face about that. So, if that's the case, you don't have to worry about me. If I was Junior, I said, okay. Oh, so I'm the only problem here. So you don't have to worry about that. Stormy, I love you. You helped me get a job. It is what it is. No hard feelings. We'll move past it, and I'm going to do me. Call it a day. But Stormy, you sitting there like your mom said, I can't control what's on her mouth. But you feeding her information, and then she going around telling things. Because when Lisa asked Stormy, who business is this? You go, why are you going, what's all that for? Speak, it's your business, right? It's not your mom's. So your mom needs to stay out of it. And like I agree with Stormy, it's not, I don't think it's deep. I don't think it's between Stormy and Julia. That's like a part of the catalyst. The issue is between the sisters and what their deep issue is. How Bette was so hell-bent of trying to hurt the sister. It seems to me Bette was on one. And I don't care nobody say, yes, it's two sides of the different story. But on this particular thing, I feel like Bette was the one trying to come out and hurt her sister and make her sister look bad on television. And they're coming out with the mean face, like you doing something. Like at the end of the episode, you coming out on mean mugging, all that stuff. That it's like, girl. So Stormy tries to lock in the hard place. She said, "Oh my gosh, can we have a conversation?" I said, "Oh well, you was all high-minded, think that the tea there help you. I bet you should have used some of the techniques in this scenario because it's not working. You said let things how to be, so let things how to be." You said let things our conversation because I don't do this high tea nothing and we will be for real. So your sister's being real. Now you try and say why they can't have a conversation. No, you say that's the type of conversation you have. You like the cursing and yelling. You like all that. So let it be. You downplay the high tea. Now deal with this. You like this. This is the type of thing you say you like to communicate. So y'all communicating. So Lisa said, I'm done with my sister. She no longer my sister. She said, how we get there? How I go there? I said, I don't know. To me, it seemed like that Bette is a piece of work. Lisa could be too, but in this particular scene, I feel like Bette is a piece of work. She's the hard one to get past. She's a difficult one to me. And every time, it's always like, Lisa got to apologize. Lisa got to do this. She got to be the big person. She got to be the big person. That's what I'm getting. That Lisa always had to be a bigger person over Bette antics. And when Bette was talking to her nephew inside while Stormy was talking to her auntie, she said, you're a condescending prick. You're a condescending prick. Condescending. I said, what? Who is is all that for? Why are we getting this? Why are we getting this, Betty? Like, what's all this? Towing down your nephew like that? And I would Junior, I wouldn't even want to even rock with freaking Auntie Betty. I wouldn't even want to talk to her like that. I said, I'm good. So we can have conversations. We can't have family functions because of this always going down. So stop vying them together. It is what it is. Your sister, your mom, and your auntie need to go to therapy and go to counseling and see what the deep root of the issues. So, Stormy, instead of you being all in everybody else's business, work in your own household. Because your sister, y'all, freaking family can't communicate well. But you want to downplay anything else. That was Love with Matters Huntsville, y'all. Please like, comment, subscribe to my channel. Tell me how y'all feel. And tell me how y'all feel about this whole thing between Betty and Lisa and everything. Because I said, Stormy, your household is not clean. And I hate that Betty feel like you was way better than Junior. And you will throw in their face. And I don't like that. I think that she's going to try to compete, put them in competition. And it's not right. It's not right. It's like the sisters competing with each other and trying to one up with each other, and then y'all putting y'all children in the middle of it. That's not good. That's not great at all. But y'all tell me how y'all feel. Talk to y'all later.